Swarovski.
We're live.
Okay, amazing. Thank you, Richard, for that. Welcome everyone to the 26th session of our Pathfinder Second Edition campaign. Yeah.
Boo.
How's everyone doing?
Very good.
Good.
Pretty
Good,
good.
Ready
good.
to rock
I'm
and
good.
roll.
Are you ready to roll and rock?
Always.
No.
No.
Rock and roll.
Okay, well,
Gotten lit from
You guys
this
need to-
strawberry daiquiri.
I was gonna say, how is your strawberry daiquiri?
God, I'm in a haze.
well,
A
it's
purple haze.
all right. So the stream does seem to be working. So I did just double check. So all right, let us begin then. If everyone has a drink and is ready to rumble, there.
Cool.
Okay. Well, last we left off, the party had gone on the road with Cadell after having visited the town of Elanrian, where you were put up by the High Lord who lived there. So you discovered that there was a sort of bandit situation on the road, and you would have to take a bit of a turn along a dirt path towards the city of Heresdan, which is the city that starved. This ancient elf city that the walls and gates were barred up to let the city who had overthrown their High Lord starve to death in a long siege that ended up killing quite a few people. Well, the city has now since been left as a sort of ruin, as a warning to the serfs of the elves to not cause any shit, otherwise this is what's going to happen to you. So unfortunately, you all started to pass it on your way through, and somehow a forward scouting group of some cavalry who happened to be traveling with an army that you noticed traveling through the woods nearby attacked you and pushed you into the city of Heresdan itself, going through a crack in the walls. You managed to break free from the sort of battle that attacked the caravan, the delegation that Cadell had been part of. And the rest of you all sort of gathered together with Leonel, who some of you suspect is the person responsible for betraying the group to Cadell. To House Ignis, who it turned out was the soldiers. And then also Cadell, who turned up injured from a blade wound. So you passed your way through the city, if I recall, made your way into the sewer network where you were resting up for the night. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. Well, let me show you the map of the city. This is a city that has figures. So this is not. So this isn't north at the top. It's west at the top. So your goal, effectively, is to get to the other side of the river. Cadell is sort of muttering to himself in the sewers. You're looking out of a grate that looks across the river itself, and he's saying to himself, "There are people in this city who watch the rivers. Those who cross among are often they're often robbed. They're often attacked by those on the other side, or those watching the river itself." I feel that there are a few options we can take. There are bridges, and there is a network of sewers which does run across the underside of the river too.
Can we swim?
The river is of fast pace, but you may be able to swim across. But it is potentially a dangerous place. There are things in the rivers that tend to be quite vicious, living sheltered here.
What are the buildings made of in the city?
Mostly made of wood, really,
Wood.
like a few stone.
Okay. We could. I do not know if this is a feasible suggestion, but we could perhaps create a distraction and cross at a different point. If the concern for looters is real, perhaps we could. I do not know. Burn something.
As well as the knights. Can't forget those. We don't want to draw their attention.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, no, we would be drawing it somewhere else, perhaps, no? See, the large crossing in the middle, I mean, perhaps go up like a tinderbox and we go east and cross the river.
Does anyone here have explosives?
I have
Doesn't
fire.
I also have fire.
What range is your fire?
Probably not as far as yours.
Mine's
It's as far as I
500.
can throw it.
I can throw mine 500 feet.
I cannot throw mine 500 feet.
It needs to be big fire. Can't just be any fire.
Is
Yeah,
yours big fire?
Fireball.
That's pretty big fire.
That
So
sounds like pretty big fire, yeah.
you could send a few of those over and then we go east, cross bridge, something like that.
Wait,
I
what are
feel
you
like-
saying? Cadell says.
Cadell sounds
Want to set a
frustrated by
fire?
that. Have you not been paying attention?
I'm kind of injured at the moment. I'm dealing with that. He pulls up his shirt to reveal a sort of quite blackened wound going across his torso. It's mostly been sort of patched up. It's no longer bleeding from Calcifer's lay on hands, but there is a sort of black corruption which seems to be slowly spreading across Cadell's side.
Were you struck by Shadesteel, Cadell?
Perhaps. I didn't get a good glimpse of the guy, but his sword was recognizable. I fear that there may be shade wielders tracking us into the city soon.
We could. Do we know the map of the city?
Cadell is quite a good drawer, so this is sort of a sketch that Cadell is.
So we could go to this bridge. Oh no, you can see where my mouse is, can't you? We could go to this bridge, and then I could set this bridge on fire, and then we could run across this.
Maybe leave it a little bit before we run across. But I do not disagree.
What I'm worried about is they might think, oh, that bridge is on fire. They're clearly not going across that bridge.
Why?
Because we wouldn't cross a bridge that's on fire.
I think you would at least distract some people. The noise alone would be rather annoying.
Cadell says there are things in this city and people in this city who are nothing to do with the Ignis soldiers who are tracking us too.
I thought the city was abandoned.
There are people living in this city.
Oh,
And Leonor says, yes, they are lordless. Those who are lordless often come to this city and live in its walls. There is some say, quite tribal atmosphere amongst many of the groups that live here. And not just elves. They have been known for ogres also to live within the city walls, using it as shelter.
Yeah, I'm not too sure we want to piss any groups off, blowing up bridges.
And nobody would know it is us, no?
Well,
True.
assuming no one sees.
We could be being watched right this moment and not know about it.
As Henera pointed out, they can fire this thing pretty far, so we could be pretty far away when it goes off.
I just can't help but think, isn't going through the just going through the sewer a bit more subtle?
I think
Dirt.
so. Well, there's
Boring.
dirty and then there's dead.
Tough decision.
Cadell, what do you know about the sewers?
Sewer networks can be rather dangerous. There are many things that reside in public sewers that feed on the waste.
Is there anywhere like it's just everything dangerous here? Nothing seems to not be.
Welcome to Orthaid. Welcome to Erd, sorry.
So yeah, say, wait, wait.
Where do
Is-
we cross?
He says, this planet tends to be rather hostile.
You,
Honestly,
you say that's a weird way of phrasing it.
Well, she's not the only planet I've been to.
Of course not.
I fancy my chances better against some random animal feeding on trash than against some group of indeterminate size tracking us down after we piss them off.
I'm with Calcifer on that
Yeah.
one.
We've already got one group tracking us down. We don't need another.
Fine.
Plus,
Okay.
I mean, look at us. One person hurt. They might think we're a bit of a target for mugging.
Mugging?
Arm ourselves. We look weakened.
Okay. I suppose the sewer does make sense.
Should we rest now? Or start tomorrow?
Well, it appears that you are the one with the most injuries here. What do you want to do?
I'm wondering where we can potentially even go. Assuming we are crossing the river, heading westerly. The only city that may be of help is Nerian. But that is a distance walk. At least in another day and a half, maybe, perhaps.
Is
I
there
think
a
if-
stable around the outskirts of the city?
Not one that may have any horses around here.
I think if
We've
we can,
lost our horses in the caravan.
No,
Ah.
I understand that. I mean,
I think if we can at least get a little further into the city, maybe cross the river, and set up on the other side. We can take it. Cadella, if you need it, I can take a little. Maybe we could take a little bit of time near here. I can patch you up an area if you can help out. We should be able to do that within. I mean, I don't know, like what, half an hour? Depends how hurt you are.
He pulls his shirt up again just to have a look at it. And just sort of as you're looking down at his torso, the black corruption that's spreading from the wound seems to like move slightly. Like there's a sort of like wriggling sound, and you hear it go, sort of crack a little bit more up. Just a, sort of a centimeter or so, but it seems to be still moving and at a bit of a pace.
Right, that is spreading.
I'll do treat wounds.
Okay, as you go over to touch Cadell, he feels quite warm, quite like feverish. Cadell says, "I'm not starting to feel very good." 24. Okay, so yeah, you patch him up, a bit of healing. He doesn't seem to be actively die. Well, it's quite hard to tell, isn't it? He's not necessarily feeling much better.
is there anything within the city that could be of use to you? I'm afraid I do not know much about how to deal with Shade Steel injuries. I don't think any of us do.
I don't think there is anything for Shade Steel injuries, he says.
Well, people have been hit by Shade Steel and not died, I imagine.
Aye. It's usually a question of amputation or surgery.
Well, I don't think we can amputate your torso. That usually doesn't work.
I could try.
No,
Did-
put the saw away.
The wound, he sort of looks down and he says, the wound is perhaps able to be cauterized.
But it is moving.
I could probably help with that.
Well, I could use flame, or maybe I should do it because I have higher medicine.
Well, I was thinking I'll just fire my flintlock and then, stab you with the end of it. That'll probably cool.
I don't. I think cauterization is more than shove a hot thing into wound.
I don't know. Depends.
Henning's level 6 feet begs to differ with you. He actually has cauterized as a feat.
Oh,
There we go, give it a try.
Yeah, it says you use the smoking barrel of your firearm
Oh
to
my
shut a bleeding wound.
Oh my
So,
god.
So I mean, I guess.
But if you fire it, everyone will know where we are.
That is true.
Oh, that is an issue. Yes. Oh.
Oh
Well,
god, let's make it also.
I mean, I guess I could pour some of this stuff in, like the alchemist fire. Like,
What
I
could go
suppose
wrong?
I could take the can.
Can
the
I
combu-
cast
the
produce
that might work.
produce flame and use that to cauterize it?
Could you not just heat up the end of my gun with it?
But you could try. I mean, yeah, you could heat up the end of Henning's gun with it, I suppose.
I feel like directly applying flame to it is just going to
He's gonna be
sear
barbecuing.
his skin.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just heat up the gun.
It's like, oh, it smells really crispy in here.
I'll heat up the gun with my produce flame as a cantrip.
Just be careful you don't melt it.
Maybe use this and pull out a crowbar. Might be maybe a little easier than a gun.
But the feet only works with the gun.
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yes, I can only cauterize things if it's my gun. Yeah, go ahead, just to heat something up and give it a try. So you got a crossbow. Crossbow? No, crowbar. Is that right?
I'll offer the crowbar up if Henning would prefer to use that.
I don't mind. I'm sure the flintlock it's designed to get hot, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Why are you so... Sorry.
So Henera produces a lick of flame, which is heated up on the end of Henning's gun. As you begin to lower the now sort of red barrel towards the wound in Cadell's chest, you sort of hear a bit of a sizzling, and the smell of like sort of burning hair. Even though Cadell's chest is, hairless, there's a bit of a sizzling smell like that. And then as it actually applies to the wound itself, there's a sort of like a whining sound that sort of comes from the wound. It's almost like a as the black corruption is burnt slightly away. Can you make me? So what check do you have to make for that?
So what it says is it gives an immediate flat check to end the bleed with the lower DC for particularly effective assistance. So I think that's DM. Sounds like DM discretion.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yes, the intent of it is for stopping persistent bleed damage.
Yeah, cool. So just make me a. Have you got medicine? Is that the skill? Hang on.
I'm untrained in it.
That's
Yeah,
why
give me a
I
medicine.
do it. Can I aid?
Yeah, go ahead.
So much aid. So Henera's the. Yeah, so Henera's a.
Get
and
plus-
also the
Because I
cauterized
have
bonus.
assurance, right? So
Okay.
I don't have to roll. So it's
So that would be
22.
Yeah.
No,
so that'd be
20.
that'd be a +2 on Henning's. Then.
And yeah, the DC should be lower because of the cauterized heat.
Yeah. Okay. So you do burn away quite a bit of the corruption, and you hear Cadell bite his tongue a little bit and sort of like say Cyan, give me a perception. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception? How do
Or your perception
there a
DC?
passive
Your perception DC. What's your perception modifier?
my perception modifier is... I don't know. When it says initiative, perception is +11.
Okay, cool. So you see that Cadell's eyes and face kind of like morph a little bit as the pain is applied. It doesn't really kind of morph into anything, but you look at Cadell's eye, like Cadell's face is sort of like changes shape a little bit. And Cadell's eyes once again change into an almost sort of like slitted kind of eye as you do that.
Am I the only one that notices this?
Yeah, I think so, because Hanira's helping out with the wound, and everyone else is not really looking as much, I guess, for the transformation stuff as you are passively.
Yeah.
So because you've got a thing for that. So anyway, yeah. After a little while, the corruption's mostly burnt away. There is a little bit left, and Cadell is still looking a bit worse for wear. He's kind of almost looking like he's passing out, but he sort of gets up after a few seconds and says, "Maybe we should press on then. There is only one thing that I could think of that may help clear this out fully, and that is a particular kind of leaf that grows in the outskirts of, I suppose, hopefully the city. In this area, at least."
Okay, but to do that, we'll have to get out the city first.
We'll have to cross the river.
Okay.
Or we face down the army that is the other side of the river.
Which is not going to happen. I'm sure Leonor wouldn't mind.
What are you saying about that?
He just seems very happy to see them.
This is the second time you've said that to me now. He goes like right up to your face. He says, "I do not appreciate being called a traitor."
I don't appreciate people betraying me.
Can I get between them and like try and push them away a bit? from each
Yeah,
other?
if you want, yeah. Leonor just effortlessly gets pushed away.
Please, please. Okay, there's already about 10,000 enemies around us. Let's not make more.
Leonor says, "What about you, Cyan? You say you're always quick to blame to point the finger at others." He says, "Who are you loyal to? Who's your High Lord? What house are you from?"
I'm loyal to no one.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, there we go. He's like, maybe he's the traitor.
Well, I kind of hope you say, your friends or something, but, well.
No, I'm referring to the High Lord status. I don't follow any lords. I help out where it's needed.
What makes you so special?
I'm not saying I'm special. I just don't think that goodness is dependent on a lord status or helping out a lord or whatever.
Leonor says, "I heard that you went to one of those meetings."
I did. And I learnt a lot.
Just seems suspicious, that's all. Anyway, it is what it is. He walks away and says, "Once I'm out of this city, I'll be out of all your hair. Don't worry." Cadell says, "Oh, no, Leonor. This isn't about you. We've got to get out of here."
Cadell, can you walk all right?
"I may need some assistance." He
Right.
beckons for someone to sort of like just come under his arm. And help.
I'll send Hank out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get Cadell to ride home.
yeah, get on.
Oh, this is actually a very useful form of transportation. Thank you, Hank. Cadell sort of like crawls on board.
Is there anyone else from the caravan with us?
At the moment, no.
What do you mean at the moment?
Well, I mean, potentially in the future you could come across some people.
Okay, I see what you mean.
There, like a lot of the caravan did scatter into the city, but you just didn't have a chance to sort of group up.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
them.
All right.
So yeah, Cadell says, "So where are we going? Through the sewers?"
That is, at least
think
until
so.
we get across the river, I think it might be wise at that point to come above, but I suppose we shall see how it goes.
Okay. So you begin to, because you're currently in a bit of a sewer area at the moment, Cadell, I guess, is going to try and direct people. What order are people going to walk in then?
I'll go in the middle.
I'll be somewhere in the middle.
I'll probably be nearish the front to have a look around, keep an eye out.
Okay. What about you, Hanira?
I don't mind.
I'm actually quite relaxed as well. I guess like towards near the back. Keep an eye on
Cool.
that.
I'll just put you in an order basically of my choice, as long as Calcifer and Henning are somewhat in the middle, and Cyan's in the front. Okay, cool. All right. So, oh yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say, if Cyan's going in the front, Henning's going to quick craft him an Eagle Eye Elixir, which gives +2 to perception checks, or +3 when attempting to find secret doors and traps.
Oh, nice, thanks.
That lasts for an hour? Yeah, 1 hour.
How about that? Okay, so, and then Leonor is going to just sort of walk somewhere towards the back as well. Okay, so Cadell begins to direct you down a lower and lower set of sewers. Cadell says, "This city has been here for thousands of years. However, it has been built and rebuilt and overbuilt, and these are all the old sewer networks that once existed in these cities. I don't know what creatures live down here."
Yeah, surely there. It is a closed system. If people could not escape the city when everyone starved, I assume it's just whatever is, has been here. Would have been here since the city as it is, no?
There are many stories of people trying to escape the cities through the sewer networks. Some managed to make their way out, some didn't.
It's a worrying thought.
There were the story of the starvation of Herazdan was the story that there were occasionally many ways in and out of the city. There were people who smuggled food in very heroically, and there were people who smuggled people out and got them to give them their entire life's worth of valuables for it. It is one of those things. People can be extremely brutal when it comes to their desperation to survive. I was thinking about this attack. Ignis soldiers on this land, on House Rexus land. There is only one person, other than the Padron, who would give such an order. And it's not a House Ignis man.
Okay.
That would be Darren Kaidas. Leonel says, "Darren Kaidas? I doubt it. He's loyal to the Padron. Why would he order an attack on one lord for another?"
Are you Kaidas' man, then?
No.
Who are you loyal to, then? Your lord.
Well, I don't know now.
Who was it?
It was Terranar Ignis, if you have to know.
Wait, what are Ignis soldiers doing under Kaidas control?
They're good friends, I believe.
Cadell says Darren Kaidas has a position of responsibility amongst the council that runs the affairs of the Padron. He is known as the Keel, which is a title which is given to the leader of the military, basically. He ultimately has the final say on what laws that happen between lords, whether they are legal or not, in the eyes of the Padron. He has the ultimate power on how history is set, effectively. And
I
has
hate
used
him
that.
already.
he hasn't been the keel for very long. It wasn't until the last Padrin, in an attempt to try and quell the dissatisfaction of House Kaidos, after a whole bunch of different things, made him the Padrin. And this was after Darren Kaidos killed the last keel. So the keel before was from House Natas.
Can't stand it when new management comes in, feels they have to shake everything up just to make a name for himself.
That's it. House Natas was a Rodran house. It was the signal, the partnership between the Sidon Padrin and the Rodran Keel was the thing that kept Adana in relative peace for a long time. Now that the Rodrans have no positions of power within the Padrin's circle, and it is given to Kaidos, who killed the Rodran house that was previously ruling. Now, of course, they are rebelling. It is not unsurprising, huh? But something to think about. I hope I feel better soon. So Hank continues further down. It starts to get quite narrow in these old sewers. Like they're starting to be quite obviously. I don't know how to describe them. Look more like catacombs than sewers. There's still occasionally like little trickles of water flowing, and eventually you get to a point which seems to be a bit different. It seems to be like more like a normal regular sewer. Cadell says this is probably one of the underground sewers that are more recent, built far below. There's a big underground river around here. Hopefully we can find it. So you have descended down a bit of a staircase and you begin to file out into this underground sewer network. So Cyan, give me a perception check. Down here is still pitch black. So anyone who doesn't have any form of dark vision is going to be brutally unable to see anything.
Does anybody not have dark vision?
I think I might not. Hold
I
on.
Sure,
I
I
have
have
dark vision.
dancing lights if you
I
want
have
me to
dark-
cast it.
Oh, I was gonna say
Where
I
do you
have a switch.
find if you have dark vision or not?
I
It's
don't
on
know.
the-
Low light
Oh
vision.
yeah, low light. You'll have low light vision. You won't have dark vision. Low
I
light.
have
Even if you have low light vision, you can't see anything down here without any light.
Okay, I'm gonna cast dancing lights.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Nice.
So, Cyan, 27. You begin to round a corner, just after you file out, and as you peek your head round the corner, and as one of the dancing lights flutters past, it sort of opens up into a sort of rounded water congregation area that a couple of the sewer networks are flowing into before it flows further on down. And you see this sort of big mass of black goop sort of descending from the ceiling above this water bit. It seems to be sort of quite drippy, but quite viscous. Doesn't really seem to be moving.
I kind of pointed out to the person behind me.
I'll show you what you see. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of nudge Cascus from behind me. He just kind of points towards it. That doesn't look right to me.
No, and I do not know what I am looking at, though. My intelligence. Saving intelligence. Very intelligent.
Does it look? Sorry.
No. I just please, everyone, stop moving for a moment. Does people stop? Or do people stop?
I just
Yeah.
freeze in place.
Cyan's stopping.
Okay.
I was
Gonna-
like, what is I can't see. Hank's too big.
Gonna take the Razor Shield exploration activity, is it called?
What?
The razor shield.
Oh, razor shield.
Yeah.
I thought you said razors and R-A-Z-E.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
sharp, like a around the edge is just like dangerously sharp. More dangerous to yourself than enemies.
All right. So, did you want to? What are you gonna push ahead in front of Cyan? Or is that why you're raising the shield, or just to keep it?
Just in general, just
Yeah,
as we're
fair.
going.
Cadell says, "I'm not sure Hank is going to fit on this bit. He may fall into the water. Someone may need to help me."
I'll just like look into the water. What is the water? I assume it's.
From where you're looking, it just
Yeah.
looks like black. It's flowing.
Yeah, I mean he can. He can swim a bit, but not sure I want him falling in there. All right, come on, boy, and I'll recall him into the shield. Sorry, you're gonna have to walk for a little bit. It looks like.
Hank Bear.
Cadell says, ugh, and he just like props himself up against the thing. As you look around, you realise that Leonor's now gone.
Oh, brilliant.
What a fucking surprise.
Well, he's betraying us.
I mean, it's not exactly like you made him feel welcome.
He's an Ignis man. We're being attacked by Ignis.
I don't see your point.
Okay, well then presumably we do not have to... We have to assume that we do not have too long until they're going to come down here and look for us. So I would suggest we either change up our approach or just press on as quick as we can.
I say we press on quickly.
Yeah, it's probably hustle. What's this you've noticed?
Yes, thank you. Cyan, can you please just whatever you mentioned? You said there's some. I'm not too au fait with these things, but is there a problem?
I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Does it look alive at all? Like, does it look like a trap or whatever?
Have you got occultism as a skill?
I don't think so. Hang on.
Otherwise, make a.
No, I'm untrained.
Make a nature check.
Okay, nature. I'm also untrained in nature. It's the same thing for both of them.
Or you can make an occultism or nature check as your choice.
I'll do nature. 18.
You have no idea what it is. It just looks like a big black, oiled, sort of goopy thing. It's descended from the ceiling, and it seems to be attached to the ceiling. Whether it's like attached by something, I don't know, that's sort of holding it in place, or whether it's holding itself in place there. But occasionally, like a bit of globs of liquid descend down close to the water a little bit. But as you're sort of standing and watching, you see something like splash in the water just down opposite you, and it seems to be maybe some sort of like underwater eel or something that somehow found its way down there. And you watch as it slowly wriggles its way down here, and as it gets to this central bit, one of the goopy glue bits of this, whatever this thing is, drops down into the water and just sort of snatches it up, and it goes up, and then you watch as the entire ooze retracts up into the ceiling and just starts to just chomp on it, like digesting it. And it is this like eel that is pulled up by it and is just like womped up into it.
Well, it just ate an eel, so I imagine it's alive.
They're eating it right now. Can we run past?
You hear it, "Brr."
Not anymore.
and then you watch as it grows a little bit afterwards.
Oh, great.
Right.
Right. Do we want to find a way around this thing?
I would prefer to. Can we just go that way? He kind of points to the left.
Yeah. I'm gonna try sneaking this way.
Cadell.
What, like across this bridge bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Cadell says, unless we can find an extra tunnel, I think we do need to head that other way.
But how do you know there is not another option that way? No.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Unless we find another tunnel, I'm just knowing what I know.
Right. Maybe we throw some rations to it and then just run past. I don't know how. I've not really encountered one of these things before. Don't seem like they'd be too smart. More of a instinct thing, you know.
I think we should just run straight past it.
I think maybe we should try and dislodge it.
I think that is just going to make it more annoyed, no?
Depends if it's stuck there, then.
I see black ooze and I think oil. Maybe if someone sets it on fire or something.
Sure. I can set it on fire.
Cadell
If
says,
we all agree on setting it on fire.
you can give it.
Yeah, okay.
Might work.
Okay.
Could go wrong.
Right, well, I'm gonna move here then.
Don't fucking say that. Don't fucking say that.
I will throw an alchemist fire at it then.
This is fantastic.
All right. Well, then roll. Let's roll initiative, shall we?
Okay.
Let me just add you to the initiative.
Perception, I suppose.
Is it just perception?
Do we get like any sneak on it?
Who had like a razor shield up? Because that's gonna probably be something different, wouldn't it?
Me.
That was Calcifer.
I don't think that affects it. I think it's just you can do that, and then if combat starts, you've already got a shield up.
Okay. Did you roll
Just trying
initiative?
to No, I'm just checking something. One sec. Cause okay. No, sorry. Okay. Oh.
So Cadell's gonna defer his turn. He's gonna delay his turn because he's waiting for Henning. So.
It's a big conga line.
All right, Hanera, what are you doing? Are you still waiting for Henning?
Yeah.
All right, are you gonna just delay your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Calcifer.
Okay, I will raise my shield.
Henning in the water. All right, raise your shield.
Not sure what else I can really do. If I do want to stay here.
You can delay your turn.
Well, I want to have my shield raised for if things happen. So, yeah, I'll just raise my shield and I guess that'll be it.
Okay.
Maybe step through to just stand in front.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just trying to move myself.
Well, Henning needs to go there to throw the.
Can you not
He
throw it
can go.
past me?
He can go into your square.
10, 15,
So I'll just push him in the water.
20, 25, 30. Can I use 2 actions? I'm just going to move, like, over here.
Whoa, hang on.
That's fine because I get multiple actions, right? And I can just...
Yeah. So that's going to be 10. Then 5, 15, 20, 30. Because that was the second diagonal. 35, 40. Yeah, alright. That's 2 actions to get there.
Yes. And then he's going to draw his sword cane.
Okay. This is just sort of chomping and it's just sort of sitting there. It doesn't really seem that bothered in you guys.
Like, we're just gonna...
Actually, hang on. Oh no, Calcifer is within 10 feet of it.
Oh.
So, having moved within 10 feet of it, Calcifer, one of its black oozy pseudopods do shoot out. I guess I'll put on some sort of tension music. All right, so it does actually shoot out and attack you. So that's going to be 10 feet. 23 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. It's going to attack you with another one. 19 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. And 17 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. Yeah. So you sort of just having your shield raised. It was just like fires a seed upon it, and you just sort of bat it away 3 times.
Nice.
All right, Cyan.
All right. I am going to. It looks like it's. How high up is it?
Probably about 10 feet.
All right.
It's probably like the top of it is probably 20 feet in the air, but it's quite big. It takes up quite a bit of space.
Right. Seeing that I probably can't reach it with melee, then. Cyan's going to pull out his longbow and fire an arrow at it.
Okay.
$31.
That dice literally just rolled and then disappeared for me. I didn't even see it. 31.
Yeah.
That hits.
I don't get sneak attack for this, do I?
No, you don't. 2 damage.
Alright.
Is that piercing damage?
Yeah.
You watch as the piercing damage sinks effortlessly into it. It seems to be completely unaffected by your arrow.
Well, shit. That's all of my damage is piercing, so I'm just gonna look to Calcifer and shrug. Is there like a dodge thing I can do?
You can always. I mean, how many turn actions do you have left? 1.
1, yeah.
You can move again if you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna just move to here.
Okay. Right, Henning.
So Henning with 10 paces from his gunslinger thing, he gets a free action to move 10 feet at the start of his very first turn. So he's going to move to here.
Okay.
How many feet away does that make me? Oh, about, yeah. So yeah, he's going to throw the alchemist fire as was originally intended. Right. Roll. Oh my god. Why does this always happen?
Why does this happen?
Oh no, yeah. So unfortunately, lighting the alchemist fire and then throwing it over, it just sort of splashes in the water. You sort of arm it and don't quite aim it effectively. It goes in the water, and the fire is neutralized.
Sad Henning noises. Okay, so I guess for my second action, I will. Did I see Cyan's attack wasn't particularly effective?
Yeah, I'll say.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, here, you try it instead, and just throw him an alchemist fire to use.
Okay.
All right, because he's a bit far away. You can't just palm after him.
No, I know. So athletic.
Well, it's able
Athletics,
to need
so
to roll
sort
to
of thing,
catch
is it?
it.
So what did we do last time?
I think we did acrobatics or something.
Yeah. Just make me a dexterity check with your dexterity modifier, whatever it is.
Okay.
It'll be sort of like a.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it is.
So I remember what I did. I did the DC was 5 for every 5 feet, so you have to beat 15.
Oh. Roll 1d20 plus 2.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, so Cyan, you I'll just say you can catch it.
Thank you.
It'll just take your reaction. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, maybe you'll have better luck than me.
Okay. Right. So that's your end of your turn, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Cascus, as you sort of begin to round that corner, you look over and there is a sort of strange-looking floating stingray-like creature attached to the wall, like
Where?
nearby you. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's sort of suckered to the wall, but as it sort of you round the corner, it sort of releases one of its eyes, and one of its eye stalks looks at you, and then it just sort of flaps off the thing.
I mean, I haven't rounded the corner yet, have I?
No, but it's just you're sort of rounding the corner. Like it doesn't seem to have necessarily. It's got like very good perception, basically. It hears you coming.
Okay.
So you sort of like are just noticing this as you're sort of going over to that area. Anyway, it's gonna
Okay.
fly over to you.
Fine.
And Jaws. I'm sorry, just bear with me. Oh, it's going to attempt to envelop you.
No, that doesn't sound
So
fun.
you need to make a reflex. Oh no, sorry. It needs to go, this is going against your reflex DC.
Okay.
So what is your reflex DC?
I got a plus 13. That doesn't
Okay, so
help
that'd be
much.
23, right? Okay, it got a 16, so that's a fail.
Good.
And then as it fails to do that, it sort of floats flat as in front of you, and it's going to use 2 actions to do an infrasonic moan.
Oh.
Oh.
Would that not be? Wouldn't that be 4 actions? Wouldn't that be 4 actions?
Does it move? Does it move as well? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that would be. You're right. It doesn't do that then. It's just going to tail attack you instead.
Okay.
With a multiple attack penalty. 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that is it.
What's the one? Okay, cool.
Sorry. Alex, what kind of alchemist fire was it again?
It's a moderate.
Okay. Cheers.
All right, so Cadell, he is limping. So effectively, Cadell is wounded. So he's going to be moving at half speed. So he's going to just walk over here and sort of, that's 2 actions to go there. He's going to say, I don't feel so good. Where are we going? And he's just going to go there. Right, Hanera.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay, push him
I'm gonna-
past him.
I'm gonna cast Produce Flame on the purple thing.
Okay.
Bless
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
That was a 25 hit.
25 does hit.
11 damage.
11. All right, so you shoot out a bolt of flame that strikes this creature in one of the wings, one of its flaps. Strange way of putting it. But anyway, like there's a sort of sizzling sound, and it screeches a little bit. 11 damage.
That's my turn.
All right, it's Calcifer.
So if I were to step forward, would I be within reach of this? Is it like hanging down far enough that I could?
You currently
able to hit
are you currently are within reach of it. It's got a 10 foot.
No, sorry. I mean, would I be able to reach it?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
You'd potentially be like reaching over and attacking a blob sort of over the water, basically.
Yes,
There's a
just like
risk of being
up and
pulled in.
above me.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I'm just going to step forwards, raise a shield, and make an attack. I assume if I were to summon Hank on the other side of the thing, he wouldn't be flanked because he's above. I say he. It's above, right?
Yeah. No, that's. How does the flanking on that work?
I think you'd have to be flying or on the ceiling. I guess it's just an advantage to being something that clings to the ceiling.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, no, yeah. I think that it would be very hard. Also, it'd be very hard to really flank a completely viscous ooze. I think as well. I didn't say that you can't.
You just have to be in the right position.
Yeah. I
Because
think,
it's hard for it to flank us as well, because like it's the same point of like perspective, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
Step, raise shield, and I'm just gonna try and hit it with the flail.
All right, make an attack.
32 to hit.
32. That hits definitely. He does a crit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. Okay, that hits.
Goes through.
Yeah, that goes through. Definitely.
Didn't you say it was a crit?
Oh, it was. I'll do crits apply to oozes,
Oh.
or am I just thinking of the ooze battle form thing?
Sorry.
No.
Just should that be a crit? Should it be crit damage?
Yeah. So that'd be double.
Okay, so it'll be 18.
I don't think crits apply to oozes.
Yeah, that's right. Immunity's critical hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was just a thing with the.
Ricketting on you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if that's just a thing with like the ooze form spell, or whether it's the thing actually on
no,
oozes.
yeah. Sorry. When you were saying that, I was looking at a different part of the sheet anyway, like because I was looking at the split thing it has, and I was trying to work out when that works.
Cool.
Anyway.
It has a split thing. It has a split thing, everybody.
All right. Cool. So So that does go through, but yeah, it doesn't crit.
Okay.
You do just sort of splat a bit of it.
Yeah, seems.
A bit of it sort of splats off and falls into the.
I suppose an ooze doesn't really have any weak points. It's just all the same, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooze.
Yep, that's all 3 of my actions.
Okay. Cool. Cascus.
Cool. Cascus is going to run, I think. I don't think this is where he wants to be. I'm gonna go to here. I'll just to reassess what's going, because I don't think Cascus survives many hits against that thing, really. And then we'll re-engage when it is clear.
Okay.
It's terrifying, dude. I'm in the sewer.
You just rounded that corner, right? Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Just walked into a room full of giant spiders.
Oh, no. 21.
Okay, you see around the corner another one here.
Oh, no.
This one's also attached to the wall.
No. I've still got another action. It's fine. I'm gonna hide here so he can't lick me through the door.
So you're not quite sure whether it's noticed you. It's just sort of like sucking on like a bit of moss that's on the wall.
Delightful. Oh, these things are awful.
All right, it's this one's turn. All right, it's going to pseudopod you, Calcifer.
Okay.
This time the pseudopod shoots out 36.
That's crit.
Oh damn! Oh my god! All right, that's 50 bludgeoning damage.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Alright. We need to run, I think. Every time
Jesus.
comes off.
I will.
Oh no, sorry, hang on. Some of that is acid damage. Hang on, let me just see how much where this is worth.
I'll mix it up.
Oh, so it's 30 bludgeoning damage and 20 acid damage.
I mean, it's all the same. Oh no! Oh, yeah, it is all the same, isn't it? Because I don't get.
You have a razor shield up, right?
Yeah. So. Yeah, because razor shield doesn't do them individually. I think it's just the total amount. So.
Yeah.
But I will shield block.
Yeah.
And reduce it by 10, so I only take 40 damage.
Lucky you.
Yay!
Okay. And then it's going to grab you.
Okay. My
that's
fortitude DC is 23.
So requirements: monster's last action was a success. So yeah, it's using an action, and then it automatically grabs you until the end of your.
Oh dear.
Until the end of the monster's next turn.
Okay.
That creature is grabbed by whichever body part the monster attacks with, and that body part can't be used to strike creatures until the grab is ended. So then, with its third attack, it's going to constrict you.
Place
Okay.
is not it.
So that's going to be with the minus.
Is it -10 or -5?
I'm just trying to work out whether this is actually an attack.
Yes, does it have the tag? Or do they not really have
It just
tags on
says
the NPC sheets?
No, the tag on here is just action.
I guess not then.
Okay, well, in that case, that's going to be. Oh, sorry, you need to make a fortitude save. My bad.
Oh, it's fortitude save, not okay.
For the constrict.
Okay.
All
29.
right, that's a success. So you don't take any further damage.
Okay.
This is his turn. Cyan. Sorry, bear with me, guys. I'm just slowly trying to work out
Yeah,
what's
that's
going on.
Hang on. Okay, Cyan is going to run over here.
Yeah.
With the alchemist fire, does that immediately go into one of my hands then, or?
I'd say because you caught it, yeah.
Okay. Well, the longbow is one-handed anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to step so I'm a little bit closer, but I don't want to get within range of it. And then I'm going to chuck the alchemist fire at it.
Okay.
Oh, balls.
20, that hits.
Oh, great. Okay, and that is 9 damage.
9 damage. It's fire. Yeah, it seems to attach to it at least. So it gets a persistent damage, does it?
It has persistent and splash.
Splash. Splash. Nice.
Is it 2 persistent damage?
Yeah, 2 persistent and 2 splash.
Yeah, I've done splash. All right, cool. So in that case,
But that does, I think, it depends how thingy threw that, because technically Calcifer should get hit by the splash, depending on where he threw it.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, it's quite big. Like, I'll say that if it was, because I know it's like within 5 feet of basically everything around it, but I think that's a bit silly.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this like if you throw one on a Tarrasque, what the fire is going to get bigger than it would have been if you just hit a person?
Oh.
Anyway. It seems a bit strange to me, but anyway.
Throw it at the planet and burn everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you throw it on the planet, like it just everyone within 5 feet of the planet dies. So yeah, I think that's probably fine. So in that case, who's next? Oh yeah, that was your first turn, wasn't it, Sam?
I walked, I stepped, and then I threw it.
Fine, cool. Henning.
Just gonna do what Simon just did. Just throw my last one at him. Yeet. 19.
19 hits.
Woo! So yeah. Plus, so it's actually, so again the +2 should be +4. I need to work out a way to change that. But yeah, and yeah, persistent, splash, all that good shit.
Nice. Yeah, the persistent damage doesn't stack.
Oh.
Sadly, it just goes up to whatever the highest is, but because it's both 2, right?
Okay, and then I guess I will just quick craft some more.
Okay.
So,
I take it it's not weak to the fire.
It's not weak to the fire. No, it just is neutral to it basically.
Cool.
what was it? Was it made out again? Sorry, do we know what it's made out of? Yeah, we're still a bit unsure.
It made of ooze, black
Viscous
ooze.
Oozy black
Yeah.
oozy stuff.
There's no
Okay.
sense it looks like from the glue.
All right.
All right. So
Is there an action I can take to try and work out if it'd be vulnerable to something?
occult.
Yeah, occult. Where is it? Occult. 19?
Is that recall knowledge you're doing?
I don't know. I thought you said to roll occult.
Yeah. No. Sorry. I was. You asked whether there was a role you could do.
Oh. All right.
Did you have a
Sorry.
turn? I don't know. How many turns did you have left? That was it. Was it?
So I threw the alchemist fire. I quick crafted, and then that was gonna be my last action.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, if that's your occult check, 19. 19? No, 19's a fail, unfortunately. These creatures are strangely familiar. It's familiar to like gelatinous cubes, which you've come across before. They're within the ooze family of some regard. Otherwise, yeah. So, all right. So, this creature over here that Cascus just ran away from is now going to flutter over and try and latch onto Hanira. So makes an attack roll with a bonus against the. What's your reflex DC?
Plus 10, so 20.
20. Oh, 32.
Oh.
So it's suddenly like you turn around on the bridge and you see this creature, like this purple creature, fluttering towards you. Suddenly it envelops you, and you are restrained. Where is restrained? Here. You attacks the So all right. So then this creature completely covers you basically, like to the point where people can barely see you. And there's a sort of like on its back side, there's a dark sort of dim light, almost of magical effect on it that makes Hanira harder to see like this. So it can't fly when it's doing this, but it's just going to now attack you with its jaws with a multiple attack penalty. Oh, actually, it's incapacitation. So it got a success, so that'd be a regular failure. Wait, hang on. What was your reflex DC?
20.
20. Oh, it would be a crit. So no, that's a regular success because it got 32.
Never really thought about incapacitation against players.
Yeah. It's level 5. So. All right. In that case, yeah. So it's Jaws attack 15. I assume that misses.
Mhm.
And then its tail. It's gonna lash out.
Isn't that another attack because it moved?
Oh yeah, it moves. Yeah, sorry, my bad. All right, and then this one, it's going to fly over here and try and get through the door, but it doesn't. But it's going to shoot its tail through the door, Cascus, after you.
Okay.
That's
Here's
24 to
Johnny.
hit.
24. Did you say 24?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah.
13 slashing damage.
Okay.
As its tail like frantically is slashing its way through the door, it eventually cuts your arm in the upper bit, and then it's going to just make another attack with a multiple attack penalty. Natural 20 for a 30.
Yep. That's not a crit though. 21.
That would be a crit because it's still a natural 20.
Sorry. Fine.
No, that's fine. So in that case, 24 slashing damage on the next one.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I just take the health off. Nice.
Cadell is sort of quite panicky. He's gonna limp. So that's one action, 2 actions over here. I think we should keep going, guys. Let's not linger around much longer. And he is going to. That's. I guess that's it. All right. Actually, he's going to continue moving forward. 5, 10,
Thanks,
15.
Cadell.
Come, let's go.
Which way is he going? Down or
stuck.
right?
He's going. He's going sort of this direction, I guess. All right, Hanira. Hinera is stuck.
How do I get out of this?
So there is a DC if you wanted to escape.
Yes, please. Which one is it? Athletics or acrobatics?
If it's a
Oh,
regular
you know, you
escape,
can like it's restrained, but you're restrained, but you can still walk. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Hang on.
Does that mean it's like constantly
sort
on
of- it's-
Hinera's back or something?
Yeah, it's kind of just trying to feed on you at the moment.
and I can.
Restrained. Yeah, you are flat-footed and immobilized. Oh no, so you are no. Oh no, so no, you can't move. That's really weird. It's just it doesn't say anything on here about the DC.
if it's just a normal escape, then it's an unarmed attack modifier roll against their fortitude DC.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, give that a try.
Sorry, no, athletics DC. Unless there's a listed one.
Yeah, no, I had such a busy weekend that like I think my brain's quite fried at the moment. It is what it is.
22.
22 fortitude DC. Oh, that's just a fail actually.
Athletics DC.
Oh, athletics DC. What would that be? Oh no, that is a success then. I didn't have.
Woohoo!
These speech bubbles. You attempt to escape from being grappled, immobilized, or restrained.
All right, so you have escaped.
I'm gonna move here.
Okay. Fantastic. Alright, guys. Alright, anything else in here?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Alright, Casper.
Okay, so I am...
Oh, actually, sorry, can I just do something? I just want to shout at Calcifer, just ignore it and run away! It's not going to move anywhere!
I'm in it! How can I ignore it?
I'm in it now.
Okay, so... so it'll be same again from me, I suppose, doing this escape.
Okay.
Right, unarmed attack modifier. So if I just roll an unarmed attack. Oh, that's a 16.
Against its athletics DC.
Athletics DC, yeah.
14, did you say?
16.
16. That's. Oh, its athletics DC is. What? 28. Yeah, let's say 28. Yeah, it's 28.
Ooh, okay.
So.
Under.
Well, I need to roll pretty well to do that with the -5. So.
Even you.
Legend point.
Yeah. That is a
Okay.
use of them. Yeah.
All right. I didn't actually need it, but
Okay. Well, that is a critical success.
okay.
waste
Get
of
free
a
to remove
legend
the grabbed,
point.
immobilized, and restrained conditions posed by your chosen target. Can then stride up to 5 feet. Cool. So get 5 feet. Move to there. Take off those. Cool. So that's one action. I'm going to stride. Go 5, 10. I think it's 20 to get to the... Well, it depends. Can I go straight down, or do I need to go sort of around that bend?
I'll allow it.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
Actually, if you want to take the shortcut, you'll have to make a roll.
I am not going to risk it.
Okay, fine.
So it'll cost an extra 5 feet, so 5, 10, 20 to get to there, which is all my movement for one stride. And then I will raise a shield again.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay, cool. Cascus.
So, Cascus is gonna use a thing called predictive purchase, which is an investigator feat.
From Dune.
And within that, I'm going to use the prescient consumable option, and I'm going to reach around a bag. And conveniently, when we were at a shop earlier on in the campaign, I bought what's called a snap leaf. Snap
Oh, did
leaf.
you?
Very convenient.
Yeah,
So I've got that. So that to do that.
that is a good feat, actually.
It's pretty good. To do that has taken two turns. Two turns. Two
Actions.
and now I'm going to use that final one to activate it. Just kind of a simple. Maybe I'll chew on it slightly. I hope that's not poisonous. And then gain the benefits of Featherfall and a second level invisibility spell for 1 minute. So Cascus is now invisible.
Yeah.
And hopefully that creature will leave. I'm hoping it's you said it has eyes, and its eye slits saw Cascus move, and it was very perceptive. But I know it can hear it as well. But it might. Hopefully, I haven't moved this turn, so it doesn't. For all it knows, I've disappeared.
Do you have a thing that changes prescient planner?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. I've got prescient planner and prescient consumable, which are kind of sub feats beneath predictive purchase investigator one.
Right, cool.
Because so the predictive purchase gives you both the feats, prescient planner and prescient consumable. And it's two
Okay,
action
amazing, cool.
activity. So
Yeah,
so he's
exactly, I
going to
just thought it took
pray
a minute.
and he's going to cower in the very corner of the corner in the hopes that the tail won't whip him, because he's pretty damn low on health right now.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, if you want to stay there, that's okay.
Well, I mean, I can't
you're
exactly
now invisible,
do
right?
anything else, so I'm trapped, right?
Okay.
Hide?
Well, that's what I've used.
Think
Well,
you-
presumably to use the snap
Sorry.
leaf.
Oh yeah, that's already 3. Cool.
Yeah. So you're invisible.
I am, yes.
Can you still see yourself?
I cannot myself.
It's all right. You are where you were.
Okay.
All right. This ooze is going to send down another pseudopod. This time at this cloaker, which is trying to get into get to Cascus. Because it's neutral, it just attacks anything that's within 10 feet of it. So that's going to be 22. That just hits it, actually.
Yeah, fuck it up.
23 bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to grab that. So this it has been grabbed. And then it's going to constrict it, because that's what it does. So the cloaker needs to make a fortitude save. That which succeeds. So the black pudding is currently grabbing it. In that case, that's its turn for now. Cyan.
All right. Seeing that, is it being brought up, or the cloaker?
It's sort of like being the black pudding, which is what it's called for anyone who didn't know, is trying to envelop it, and is got one of its pseudopods latched out on the back of it, and it's trying to slowly bring it in.
Right. So I can't move through its space yet.
You can tumble through. The black pudding you can move through here if you wanted, but actually to go through here, because it is mostly around this area, I would say you can tumble through if you wanted to try it.
Right, that's already 2 actions.
I thought it was 5 foot off the ground.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you'd be able to walk under it.
Yeah, because you were saying that you couldn't flank it because it was above.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, I'm gonna take 2 movement actions. Hang on. Let me just have a look at where I can go. Alright, I'm gonna take 1 action to get across here.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my rapier. And then I'm going to move 15, 20, 20. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna yell, Cascus is in the room! Wait, I did see Cascus go in there, right?
You saw Cascus head in that direction. I think you were around the corner at the time.
All right. Okay. Where's Cascus?
All right, is that your turn then?
Yeah.
All right, Henning.
I'm going to use 2 actions to move to here.
Okay.
And then be like, yep, let's get out of here.
Okay, cool. All right, this one is going to. Well, it's going to give up because it doesn't want to go near there. So this one goes away. This one's just going to fly away around here. And he's gone. However, as you guys are crossing around this bridge, you do notice that there is another one over here,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
which has been there for a while. So it is now going to fly over. One. Envelop. Henning.
Ah!
17?
No, that doesn't.
Oh, what's your reflex DC? Sorry. That's
Oh, my
what-
reflexes.
Yeah.
Is plus 12. So...
Oh yeah, no, that failed. All right, and then it's going to tail you with its next attack.
Okay.
19.
Nope.
All right, that's it. Then this one, having been grabbed by the black pudding, it is sort of going to go over and just try and envelop the.
You go grab me, I grab you.
I don't think it actually. Hang on, it's sort of. It can engulf only large or smaller creatures. All right, so it just tries to engulf it, but realizes that it can't actually do it, and then it's going to try and escape. And succeeds. And then it's just going to fly back over here. All right, Cadell is going to limp over here.
Oh, sorry, I've just realised something.
Yeah.
So if I had actually shield blocked, it would have taken my shield down to its broken threshold, which means I wouldn't have been able to use it since. So
okay.
I think easiest way to retcon is to just take the extra 10 damage.
Sure, go on. All right, and then Cadell is going to fire off a spell. Which is going to be. There's this black purple beam of light that comes out. Oh, sorry, I moved that. That comes out of Cadell's hand, and you hear Cadell say, "Get away from him, you bastard!" And it's going to cast a Shadow Blast. So 31 DC. Okay. Oh. 5d8 damage. So a beam. So you watch as a beam of like force energy shoots out of Cadell's hand, and in a line, and just zaps through this cloaker.
Is it quite strong? Like
Yeah,
the-
like
the
it
plus
sort of
eight?
gives a bit of a shake, and as it impacts, it sort of impacts a bit of the stone, and like a bit of masonry chips off, like dust shoots down. Cadell says, "Come on, let's go. Keep going, moving." All right, Hanera.
I'm just gonna leg it. Gonna run. Oh. Just gonna run to here.
Okay. Kelsva.
If I delay, then my shield block goes down, right? I think it goes down.
If you delay,
now, right? Yeah.
don't know. Oh yeah. It will go down until the start of your next turn. Yeah.
Yeah. I I'll move to here so that I'm still in range for Champion's Reaction. I will raise a shield and I will lay on hands myself.
Okay. Fair.
Okay, so I get 16 health. Sorry, 18 health. And that's it for me.
16 health, you got it. That was 18, was that?
So yeah, 18.
Okay, fine. Cascus.
Is the creature tentacled?
The creature's not tentacled anymore, but it doesn't seem to be that interested in you either.
Okay. Could I make a break for it?
You can try. You might have to tumble through it though.
That's fine. I can do. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
You're gonna have to
so-
tumble through from here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So, one tumble through and then 25 feet. It's going a bit weird, mate.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's fine now. So 25 feet. What? 5, 10.
So you need to make a check for tumble through.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just. It's being really weird. I don't know why my thing's being very strange. My token. Sorry. I mean, I might. My words. I'm gonna do tumble through.
So tumble through. FYI, like it is. You can get through that with just one action from the start because it's a stride action, and at some point during that stride, you
Okay.
can tumble through a creature space.
Okay.
So you don't have to move as an action and then tumble through.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm just reading it now. Okay, acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC. I'm gonna use a legend point here because if I get caught, I'm dead. So.
Yeah, I'm fair enough.
So you could sort of. So even if you're not actually intending to tumble through anything, you could basically just tumble through on every single stride.
29.
Well, if you succeed on tumble through, you get panache as well.
I do. That's correct. That's nice.
So 29. That's a success. It's not. Oh, hang on, reflex DC. That is a critical success.
I don't know what that means in terms of tumble through, but
Probably means you get double. No,
You really tumbled through there.
I
Alright,
really
so you ended up over here, did you? Hang on, what was it?
Yeah, so
5? That's another 10, so that'd be 15, 20. So you got 5 more feet of movement there.
Yeah. There's like 3 of me on the map for me now. I'm very confused.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Oh no,
You're on this square.
No,
foot,
there's
then.
one.
Which one's
Alright.
the weird?
Okay, so that's 5 more feet, and then I've got 2 full turns worth of movement. So can I just like peg it?
Yeah, if you want.
I don't know which. Just like down this way. I presumably go off the map. So
Yeah, if you head over there, that's sort of safety.
yeah, that's where he goes.
All right, I'll put you over here.
You attempt
Alright,
to close
Cascus
the reflex
goes.
divides with
Alright.
enemies.
This is. The cloak is no longer 15 feet away. I'm just gonna roll a dice to see who it's gonna go for. Right, it's gonna go for Henning.
Oh.
So it's gonna strike out with its pseudopod. 35 to hit.
Well, yeah.
I will Champion's
Is that
Reaction that.
That's a crit as well.
What does Champion's Reaction?
It just reduces the damage and enfeebles it, assuming it chooses to continue.
Yeah, so that's going to be it's going to be enfeebled from that.
Cool.
Just bear with me 2 seconds. Enfeebled. That's 28 damage on that.
Ow.
Okay, reduced by 8.
So 20 damage.
Then it's going to grab you with its next action.
So is it is it 2 different types of damage?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so it'll actually be reduced, assuming that both are at least 8. Then it'll be reduced by 16.
Oh, good stuff.
Gives resistance to every type individually.
Oh, okay. So I gain 8.
Yeah. Another.
Yeah, if you already took off.
Okay, and
Is this grab rate like a ranged kind of attack, or is it
It's melee, but it's got a 10-foot reach.
Okay.
So
So if I can use my reaction on that, but
yeah, it doesn't count as ranged, but you are grabbed. So with its second action, it grabs you, and with its third action, it's going to try and constrict you. So can you make a Fortitude save for me, please?
yes.
21. That fails, unfortunately.
Its DC will be lowered by 2 if it helps.
Still a fail.
Damn.
That's 16 damage in total that time. 3 bludgeoning damage, 6 acid damage. That's its turn. Cyan.
All of my attacks are piercing, and I don't have any fire anymore. 50 feet of movement's gonna get me out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can still you could still try and shoot at the pseudopod. You know, it wouldn't do damage to it necessarily, but it could sever the pseudopod from Henning potentially.
All right. I'm gonna send whatever arrows I can. I'm gonna have to sheath my rapier again, though.
Okay. So that's not actually do that.
And then I'm going to fire off a longbow attack at it first, see if that can do anything.
Okay.
24.
24 hits. I'll say yeah. If you do a little bit of damage. Oh, that's probably the worst amount of damage you could have done. Well, that is.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably too low. I'm sorry.
Alright, I'll fucking try it again with the multiple attack penalty. Hang on. Where do I?
At least it's got low AC.
Yeah, it does have low AC.
Yeah, just take -5 off of this. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, that does fail.
I'm just gonna shrug.
I tried.
And... yeah. 5.
Alright, Henning.
Hang on. Oh wait, no, it was already 2 things, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna try and get free.
Alright, you're gonna make an escape.
Yars. I
Okay.
need to roll.
That'd be athletics or acrobatics against its reflex DC. Is that right?
Oh, I will do.
I think it's an unarmed attack.
Oh no, it's no. So yeah, that's right. It is an unarmed attack. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Wait,
Apparently,
I'll have Calcifer say the whole thing, the spiel again.
you have to make an unarmed attack.
Henning, you need to attempt to escape from being grabbed, immobilized, or restrained. Choose one creature, object, spell it.
22.
22. That succeeds, I think. Yeah, that does.
Yay! Let me out.
Right. So that's your first action.
Okay, and then I'm going to use. So, I'm going to use 2 actions to go over here. Oh wait, hang on. Which way's the exit? Wait, do we know which way's the exit?
I mean, this is the way Cascas went.
Well, you don't know that though.
Yeah. Well,
Which
you know,
way's Cadell going?
well, Cadell's heading this direction generally. But...
Like towards where Henning are, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems
Then
like...
I will go that way. I'm gonna use 2 actions to do this. To do this.
Okay. Alright, this one is after having been shot by Cadell, it's just gonna sort of start running away because it doesn't like that. And then this one, this one's gonna come down and attack Cyan.
Oh, fucking course it is. Nimble dodge.
Nimble dodge. Okay. Let's have a look. 28. What's your reflex DC?
Reflex DC is +14.
So yeah, that succeeds then. This cloaker shoots down, and you suddenly get wrapped up in it.
Fuck's sake.
You are restrained. And then it's going to jaws you with its third and final attack. Third and final thing. Natural 20. For a
Brilliant.
34. So
Yeah, that hits.
that's 32 piercing damage on that.
Okay, hang on. How do I just take in case I'm on 36. Okay.
All right, cool. And you are enveloped. Mwah.
Why is it so small?
Oh, God.
Because it sort of wraps itself around. Imagine just like a cloak or something.
Yeah.
It literally just wraps itself completely around someone.
You can still, I guess you could pick him up like a carpet.
Yeah.
Carry him away.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Cadell. Cadell's going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, he's not within touch distance. He is in that case going to... fuck it. He's gonna just run over here and just wait for the next turn then to help out. Hanira.
I'm just gonna wait here for everyone else to get. Oh no, I'm not. Do I know if I attack the cloaker, if the damage will go through to Siam?
You do not know that.
Can I roll a nature or a occult check?
Occultism. Yeah, give it a roll. But that's recall knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only got an 18.
18, that's a fail.
I'm just gonna do it. No, actually, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too scared.
Silence. I was like,
Also, Henning is also in the way.
Yeah.
There might be some crossfire.
I'm just gonna, wait here for people to catch up, and then once I caught up, run away with them.
Okay, cool. Kelso. So is that what you're going to do then? Sorry, you're going to use your last 2 actions to hold your action to run when everyone else does.
Yeah.
I think it was already. Oh no, it wasn't. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore me.
Calcifer.
Okay, so gonna stride to 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. A little awkward with the train here.
And Cyan just going, I'm joking.
I'd help you, but we're a bit backed up here. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I can help him because I can't really end my movement near him.
No, this is a question that will have to be dealt with.
I mean,
As there's a hostile creature in that space, you have to tumble through it.
yeah, I guess I'll stop there, raise a shield, and give words of. I'll use recall knowledge to see if I know whether the thing can be hit and not kill Cyan.
All right, make occultism, recall knowledge.
Okay, not good at this, but what else am I gonna do? That's a 4.
Oh my god.
it's
What's in
perfectly fine.
If we push him in the water, it might come off.
It'll
That's it
wash
for me.
off.
All right. That's good.
So
So you're a bit further on. You're currently in safety, it seems.
Okay.
But you're sort of just watching what's going on.
Can I just poke my head in, go for goodness sake, and then do my own recall knowledge check for what they're trying to do and shout the
Yeah.
answer?
Yeah, sure.
Fine.
So you
Cascus
assume you know
also
the answer.
awfully fails.
Well,
Don't fucking say that.
usually it's pretty. Actually, it's occultism, right? Because I'm untrained, I get a bonus. Let me just double check what the bonus is. I've written it down. +2. Pursue lead, no. Keen recollection, no. Okay, the roll isn't actually that good, but let's see. Oh my
Oof.
Oh my god. This is your fault, Alex. It's because your fucking fault.
He pops his head in. I do not
I
know.
don't know.
And then pops his head, and then it's back a bit.
Today we learned that no one in the party knows anything about these creatures. All right,
Sire's rolling his eyes.
Cyan.
I guess I sheath my rapier again. I can't draw that again, can I? Because I'm all restrained and things.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll say you can't use any actions with the attack or manipulate trait, except to escape or force open your bonds.
I'm going to try and fucking get out of here.
All right, make an escape.
What?
So it's unarmed attack, or you can choose to use athletics or acrobatics. Missed that part before.
All right, unarmed attack. Let's go. Oh my god.
And
How many actions does that take?
just one.
And I'll get multiple attack penalties, won't I?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I guess I don't know what else I can do, so I'm gonna try it again.
Still got a legend point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a legend point.
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
That's a success, a critical success. So you are no longer. You managed to push it off. Okay. Yes, you push it off and you no longer escape.
And then I'm gonna run over here.
Okay.
Fucking leg it.
All right. Hang on. Just bear with me. All right. Is that your turn then?
Yeah, that's me.
Hanira, does that trigger your run?
Yeah, I'm just running with them, everyone.
Okay, I'll put you over here then.
Okay.
Henning.
I'm gonna just run. So, 2 actions. Off we go.
All right. I'm going to say this one, after having been pushed off by Cyan, sort of just like flutters away and just is like, oh, these people are fighting back. I just wanted like a rat or something to nibble on. All right, so let's end the encounter there, shall we? As you run off.
I'll scoop Cyan up and.
Yeah,
Sorry, not Cyan.
Yeah.
Cadell up and
cool. Yeah.
I can walk just fine.
scoop Cadell up, walking along like oh, you're lingering too.
What? Yeah, everyone come over to Hera's den. So you have made your way through the sewers. Let's have a break here, shall we?
Yeah,
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, come back at like 5 past.
All right, see you in a bit. Puddings.
Is that it? Okay.
That was it.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So just before the break, you had travelled through the under sewer bit of Herazdan. Having travelled through, you then start to climb up a long staircase that leads you to the beach, sort of on the other side of the river. You push aside a manhole cover, and there's a sort of staircase that leads up to the actual street itself. So you walk along. You don't know if anyone has seen you. You're not being particularly stealthy right now, but it's also dark, and you can't see any lights or anything really shining on you. So there's no reason why anyone would be particularly looking right now, potentially. But that being said, Cadell is now looking a bit weaker. He's clearly used quite a bit of his power on that in the fight to ward off that cloaker. And he's sort of half limping and half grabbing in pain, just trying to hold his kind of torso together in a sort of grip of, like, I don't know, something like that.
Can I do an Arcana check or something to see the spell that he used?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
21.
Let me just go back and see what.
It was a shadow one. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on his character sheet. Shadow Blast. DC.
Like what level it is and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what level you need to be. Just bear with me 2 moments. DC's by level. 26 is the DC.
Oh wow.
You don't recognize it. It seems like quite a high level spell. Higher than you can probably use. But that being said, it seemed to be some sort of. It didn't seem to be. It seemed to be quite a dark spell. It seemed to be of a magic that was not used by elves very much. That's for sure. So as you continue on, you make your way up the staircase, and Cadell just sort of looks around. And you begin to walk over down this street. And as you get to the end of the street, you notice on the other sort of a few meters down, you see a few a few figures stood in the street, sort of facing you, and a couple of them are like bring out torches and hold them.
Have we had any moments?
My rapier.
What's that?
Have we had a moment to break? I just wonder if anyone would have noticed the fact that I have very minimal health.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. The second that you came out of the sewers, Cadell is quite like insistent that you should try and find cover. Because you could have tried to break in the sewers, but there's also more risk of certain things finding you, and like there wasn't that many like safe spaces there anyway. So yeah, either way, the figures that pull the torches out, when they light them, they reveal themselves to be Ignis soldiers, and there's a couple of men on the other side of the river. One of them seems to be kneeling with a knife against his throat. And as the torch is pulled out, it reveals that is actually Leonel. An elf with a knife against his throat. And the person holding the knife, you recognize as Thranduilon.
Oh, I was fucking wrong.
He shouts over. Well, how about that? I didn't think you'd get this far. Sadly, we can't have any witnesses. Cadell shouts out, Really? Why would you betray your family like that? You realize that army is heading to Elanrion, your cousin city? Thranduilon says, Yes, and Duranda Ignis promised me the city after he's gone. So I don't mind. The soldiers, one of them steps forward, and you notice that it doesn't seem to have a sword on his belt. And Cadell says, "Be careful of an elf not carrying a sword. Step back." He pulls out his hand, and then you watch as a sword seems to materialize out of thin air, sort of almost with like a flash of light for a moment, before you see this absolutely huge, maybe 6 or 7 foot long curved blade with like sort of a kind of blue hue to it, almost like it's glowing slightly blue. The handle itself is long as well, and it goes back far beyond where the hand is, almost like a counterweight. The sword itself is like this single-edged blade that, as the shade wielder that is now sort of standing before you and Thranduilon, as he sort of like leans down into a crouch, you see the blade curl up, and it's almost like a perfectly precise, balanced thing. Cadell turns to you all. He says, "You need to go now."
What about you?
I just run.
Yeah.
Don't need to tell me
It says-
twice.
it
Yeah,
says,
I'm off.
Go.
All right.
You watch as Cadell reaches into his cloak and takes out his kukri and spins around and faces the shade wielder, and begins to approach. And you watch as the two of them sort of like slowly begin to circle each other. And Cadell says, "Don't stand and watch. Run."
I'm going.
Fuck it. I'm gonna lag behind a little first, but then I'm gonna just fucking sprint.
Okay. So which way are you guys running? This is. Can you see over here? What's over here?
Yeah, I can see.
So this is the street you were about to go down. This is where the fight is happening. Cadell versus this like unnamed shade wielder. This is probably the best way to run if you want to get away from them immediately.
Yeah, we'll go that way then.
Yeah.
So you're just going to start running down here.
Yeah.
This is like quite a nice, like this is a part of the city which would have been occupied by like the aristocracy of the elves. So these buildings are stone, and they sort of loom above the ruined city, almost like sort of monoliths. But battered and bruised and aged with time. As this battle is going on in the distance, you see Cadell walk over to the shade wielder, and the shade wielder moves incredibly fast, zooming towards him, slashing out the blade. Cadell sort of ducking under, dashing to the side, not letting the blade go any further near him. You see Cadell, as you begin to sort of run off and around the corner, Cyan, you turn around and you swear you see not Cadell standing there fighting this elf, but some sort of tiger, I guess. Having dropped his kukri onto the ground, his claws extended. It's just like it goes for the shade wielder, but you don't know what the outcome of the fight is. You're running.
Do you notice any backwards hands?
Yeah, well that's the thing. Like he's like using his backwards hands to sort of like fight the guys off. Anyway, so you make your way down the main gate. Confident that there's no one currently chasing you. Well, I mean, they will be soon arriving, but there is a sort of distraction going on. You begin to make your way into what seems to be kind of a lived area. There seems to be like a few people on the roofs of the houses nearby as you are running through, who are just sort of chilling up there, kind of half sleeping, half keeping a watch out, maybe. You notice there's like a whole concoction, like a sort of almost walled fortress built within the ruins of the houses, that there's like maybe a little small community living there that have banded together for safety. You can try and approach them, or you can continue onwards.
I think just continue onwards.
I think it's our safest option to check in with them. We need shelter. We can't keep running.
Yeah, but they're just gonna come and kill
We could
everyone.
just turn
I
us
think
in.
the more distance we have between us and them, the as you go out in the circle, the radius goes. It becomes a lot harder to find people the further out you go.
Okay.
Okay. So you're continuing. So you're trying to make your way to the main gate then.
Yeah, I suppose just away at this point. I don't
Is this
think we've
this
had
is
much
this
time
is
to-
the way this is where the community kind of is here. So you'd probably want to continue to walk across and then take the main road up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you continue on. What's everyone doing at this point? Like, what have you got weapons out? You trying to move quickly? You trying to move stealthily?
I've got
Try-
my
I think
rapier
just-
out.
I think
Just as quick as possible.
yeah, I'm summoning Hank and riding him because I'm a bit slower than the rest of the party otherwise.
Yeah, this is limping along.
I'm going to try and help Cascus out, like on my shoulder, kind of like
Yeah.
supporting.
Okay, fantastic. So you make your way to what was at some point the main road. It's a road filled with trash, filled with just the facades of the sort of front of the houses, which have fallen in and collapsed and half rotted in the street. You see the sort of like occasional bones and evidence of death around the place. Both death that has been around for a long time, like bones long picked clean of their meat, and also quite recent deaths, perhaps people just passing through the city or having been preyed on. But you begin making your way up the main road, the occasional bones snapping under your feet, along with the rubble of absolute garbage. Right. As you begin to make your way down here, then there's a number of sort of arrows which begin to fly past you because you're not being particularly stealthy. On the roofs of the houses nearby, you notice that there's a couple of like people just picking off shots at you.
Okay,
They
can
don't
we
seem like super engaged with us, or is it more just throwing things at us because they can?
Or like kids throwing rocks at cars.
They're not kids. I think they're probably just desperate for maybe to like get a lucky shot and kill one of you, so that later on they can just pick your body clean or something. So that being said, can everyone make me a reflex saving throw? As these rocks are just sort of scattering down at you.
Okay.
All right. So Cascus, Cyan, and Henning, you take 10 bludgeoning damage just from miscellaneous bits of shit that are raining down on you down the street.
I'm down.
Okay, so you
Oh,
watch
fuck.
a loose rock knocks Cascus to the ground as you all sort of begin huddling over him.
I'm
Henning-
going to
Right.
pick him up.
Can Henning see the buildings that they're throwing stuff from?
They're just on the roofs of this street that are nearby. Yeah, you can see it. You can see up on them.
The house is flammable.
No, because then they'll find us.
So there's not really roofs left. Like all the roofs have sort of caved in, so they're sort of just sort of on the big broad structure that is left standing on a lot of these houses.
But
And
is
a lot
this bottom structure made of brick or wood?
So they're made of wood, but it's like long treated and wood that has been exposed to the elements for a while. It might take a while to catch, but alchemist fire probably would be able to start something.
Don't do it.
But you also have to understand that this city's been like this for a long time, so that there's probably been fires, and they probably, they haven't spread very far, or have all the bits that have really flammable components.
More just to
have
get them
fully
to
burned.
stop throwing shit.
Yeah, sure.
Be focused on something else. But I don't know. I'll see how the revive getting Cascus up goes.
Can I shove an elixir of life down his throat? The one
Yeah,
from
go ahead.
Henning.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Shove that down.
Ooh, nice rolls.
Has 10 health.
Okay, do we have time to do this while we're getting like pelted?
It's just an action, yeah. But I will say that everyone except for Cascus needs to do another dexterity saving
I
throw.
love how Cascus is immune.
Well, it's because everyone's crowding over you. Like I assume that
sure.
like because you're on the ground, everyone else is standing
Do you
up.
mean a reflex save? Yeah.
Sorry, reflex saving throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
30.
All right, Hank, Anira,
Oh wait, I rolled
Calcifer.
Ancestral sus-
What's that?
No, I was reading my ancestral suspicion. I don't know stuff.
Oh damn, yeah. So Calcifer, Hanera, and Hank. That's another 10 damage.
Oh, can I divine grace it as well for a +2? Actually, am I able to shield block against these? Because it's a dex save, so it's not an attack.
Oh yeah. So
But-
well, if it's +2, then that's a success.
Okay, so is it 10 damage? You said.
It would be 10 damage. Yeah, but the DC is 20. So.
Okay, so but it'll still be on Hank.
Oh yeah, on Hank. Yeah, 10 damage on Hank.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 10 damage on Hero as well.
Yeah, I want to sort of like hunch over Cascus as we're going to try and sort of give him
That's
cover.
okay. I'll allow you to use your reflex saving throw to like put yourself in the Cascus's way. Not a reflex saving throw, a reaction. Sorry. If Cascus does get hit from now on, you can use your action if you want.
Yeah.
So you get your body blocking.
Cool.
While that's sort of going on, Henning does pull out the Helcus, just looks at everyone, just kind of looking for opinions.
No, don't. It'll be so obvious where we've gone.
Distraction?
You weren't lying when you were saying you might commit some milestone tonight.
Look, Henning, as much as I appreciate the idea, we need to focus on running and not burning.
Can I just
Right,
could I just
Oh my God.
throw take out some rations and just throw them as hard as I can down the street?
You're welcome to try whatever you want. How many rations do you want to throw in a bag?
2 days.
Okay. Still need to make a reflex saving throw for now.
Sorry, do I need to do one?
Yeah, you as well. Yeah. Now you're standing and moving.
Oh.
Okay, so sorry, just bear with me. So who's got what? Cyan, Calcifer. Yeah, Cyan and Calcifer then. What? Have you done Hank as well? Oh, you did.
Yeah, you got 24.
Yeah, Cyan and Calcifer. That's 10 more damage.
Right. Enough. Run.
Continuing to run. You notice that a few people begin to climb down the sides of the buildings and dive towards the bag that you threw, just to see what it was. And then a few of them begin fighting over the contents of it. But you manage to walk, and you sort of get your way out the main street, and a lot of those people now are no longer in reach of you. And you begin to follow the main road up to the gate. The gate itself is shut, but you notice that around the side there is a part someone's mined through the wall. So you just sort of manage to start slipping through there. And you begin to run out the front of the city itself.
All right, let's get as far away from here as we can, and then find somewhere to patch ourselves up.
Okay, so having crossed the river, seeing behind you now, as you start, because there's a sort of hill that as you go up the side of the valley, you look over to the woods on the other side of the river, and you notice that there, a large part of the woods is sort of half burning down. This army is razing this holy woods as they're going. But looking back at the city, a city that now even your guide Cadell has now left you, potentially. I mean, who the fuck knows what's happened with him? You are on your own, heading forward. So,
Well, we're in a bit of a predicament, aren't we?
Yeah. Are you immediately just straight up walking as far away from the city as possible?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Until we can reasonably determine we can find somewhere to,
Lay low.
take half an hour to patch up.
Yeah. So the landscape around here is hilly. So you've come out of this sort of river valley, and it's like an uplands, kind of rocky kind of uplands. Like large ancient boulders are jutted out of the sides of these sort of like downs type area. There's the occasional light forest, but nothing too big. Mostly, like you might see an occasional bunch of cliffs. And sort of like ravines that sort of jut through the landscape. But really, like the biggest place that you could get cover in, like maybe the underside of a large boulder, it's quite open. It's quite open indeed. And you don't quite know how long you need to walk until it changes. So,
do we have like a good view of like the route that we had from the city, so we could potentially see if there are people coming after us?
I imagine at times we could
make a
probably
perception check for me.
find us.
Can I do it as well?
Sure.
Cheers.
17.
29.
Okay, so I think you do have some spots that are better. Like you can stick to the highest parts of the hills nearby. If you don't want to take just the road, you can like flip from like the highest bit of the hill to hill, and you will have total protection, but you will move slower. You will have total visibility of the road, and you'll be able to see what's coming up on you before they do. But you will move slightly slower. So you can either try and stick to the road and move as fast as possible, and your visibility will be a little bit lessened, and you won't be able to see what's in front of you so well.
I think if we stick to where we've got visibility, then we can potentially earlier actually get some healing in.
Cool. Okay.
I do not meant what we do. Cascus is just like really out of it. He's like picked up a stick to try and use as a brace, and it's just like kind of.
Do treatments on Cascus if we're gonna stop for a half an hour or 10 minutes.
I think
We're still running.
Once we found somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not really making decisions. He's just focusing on left foot, right foot at the moment.
I'll kind of climb off Hank and put you on him.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, amazing. So, after about probably an hour and a half of walking, I mean, it's getting to the point almost where it's almost dawn. You've spent pretty much the whole night in the city, and now having walked for another couple of hours, you're seeing the first elements of dawn begin to rise above the hill.
We've not slept the whole night, have we?
You haven't slept a whole night yet. You're going to start feeling pretty knackered soon. So the first immediate spot that comes to your eye as you begin to walk is this absolutely huge kind of monolithic boulder that juts out of the landscape, and you might be able to climb on top, and there's like a little crack in it. You could comfortably sort of get you all in, like a kind of half cave, half ravine thing in it. But like it's not super protective of the elements. It won't be a very comfortable sleep, but it's probably safer than just being like out in the open.
Yeah.
You're definitely not going to be able to have a fire though.
I think we'd need to avoid having a fire as it stands, because then we might alert the knights. Hey, we're over here.
Right,
I'll cast cozy cabin.
Okay.
I think the most injured of us should be the ones that have the beds, maybe.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you're gonna make a cabin like sort of on the rock.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It might be quite obvious. Essentially.
Oh, it was dark. Oh no, it's dawn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming to dawn. Unless what you want to do is you want to make the cabin the other side of the rock to the road.
Yeah.
So the chances of them seeing it are lessened.
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, let's do that. So after a little moment and having cast the spell, this... did you describe what it looked like last time?
Like a cute little cabin with plants outside.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that pops out of existence. How does it sort of appear? Does it just suddenly appear out of nowhere, or does it slowly grow over the
Builds
course
up
of
from the
year?
ground.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Does it comes with like roots shoot out the ground and begins to form into it. Cool. So in that case, you begin to enjoy the elements, the protection from the elements, the fireplace, the chamber pot. All right. So yeah, are you taking watches? What's the deal?
Yeah, I'll take a watch because I'm not really injured.
Definitely.
Okay. Who else is going to take a watch with?
Oh.
him?
I can take a watch.
I'm feeling kind of hurt, so I think I will probably.
I'm rather hurt as well.
Then like every 10 minutes, I'll sort of refocus, and then every 10 minutes start sort of applying some healing to people.
Yeah, I'll do treat wounds on Cascus
Okay.
before we go to bed.
Thank you.
Ooh, 13. That's not a good roll.
Can I refocus while on a watch?
I don't think so.
Henning will drink one of his elixirs of life that he has on him. So.
Did you give? Do you give Cyan those as well? Or...
Yes, every day you get to one.
All right, I'll get one. I'll drink that one as well.
16.
It's 3d6, right?
Yeah, 3d6 plus 6. Damn. Oh, wait, why do mine go twice? Oh, I don't mean to roll it twice. Don't know how I did that. I'm still a little bit injured if anyone does have some.
I am also still injured. I'm at like half health.
Yeah, alright.
Help!
Yeah, so FYI from now, there are certain exploration activities that might help you out here in the wild. So there's things like covered tracks, is a potential thing that you can do. I'm not gonna have it that they're following your tracks right now, but potentially in the future things could.
Right. Okay.
So it might be worth just having a look at some of them, because hustle is another one where you're moving twice as fast, which is what you've been doing.
What are those two rolls?
The first one's for Henning and the second one's for you, Cyan.
Okay.
And they take 10 minutes each, so it's been half an hour.
Oh, that brings me dead bang on to full HP.
Right. Okay. So
So
what I'll
if I
do
watch
is,
while you're sorry.
yeah, well, maybe we could just do it so that if whoever wants to have a particularly have a conversation, or like if there wants to be a group conversation, you can have that now, and then we'll just have that until the end of the session.
Okay.
And then just start next session from the next day, I guess. Yeah. All right. Cool. So, is there anything anyone particularly wanted to do or talk about, or?
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell Henning what was in the Sayonara.
Yay!
So that's quite a long conversation.
Is that just Henning, or
Now, if you can read out the entire thing for me, please.
was that just telling Henning, or
Yeah.
okay?
So how are you broaching it with Henning?
Oh, I can't remember exactly what it said because it was last week. I just when he's up, I'm gonna say. So I was reading this book in the what's it called? Horse thing. Carriage?
Carriage.
Right, the carriage. Okay.
And it talks a bit about Seraphiel.
Dance.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe you want to read it?
Sure.
Oh, you
Yeah,
can't read it because it's an Elven.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna read it to him
Okay.
and translate.
Okay, fine. So you share the information across, namely the big one in there. Obviously, that Seraphiel is also known as Zulnakar, a quite famous figure from history.
Vance is on the car. Interesting. To be honest, going on the conversation of Vance, I've not heard from them since that dealing in the volcano. I'm not entirely sure where they are, or if they're even still alive. If they were alive to begin with, obviously. But from what you've told me, it sounds like there's a lot more to them. So I doubt it's the last I've heard of them. But this will certainly be an interesting conversation to bring up with them. I would love to hear how they can explain this. But thank you for telling me. I will
No problem.
definitely be having conversations with them.
Okay. Yeah. What's everyone else doing?
Cascus is kind of shuffling around, slightly uncomfortable, but just, I assume, looking out over what is a pretty beautiful view in the morning. The sun rising. I assume it's not cloudy, or maybe it is.
Yeah, it's a sort of quite regular spring day. It's starting to get quite warm now in this time of the year. As the sun's sort of rising over the hills, you see in the distance the city of Herazdan, still sort of pressed into the side of a ravine. The city itself, with the river flowing through it, looks quite beautiful from this distance. It doesn't look so. I don't know. There's something about it which, like maybe it's just the distance that has sheltered its look. But yeah, the area around here, like the grass is very weedy and thin, and like the sort of various bits of grain, bits of wild grain and wild garlic that occasionally sprout out around, looks nice. I mean, potentially able to grab some as it's flowing in the wind. As for the wildlife around here, you have noticed a few sort of like quite small creatures furrowing themselves within the hill sort of soil. There's like moles that you notice quite a few of around here. There's also like birds circling in the air, quite large ones. Maybe kind of like vultures, potentially. Maybe they think that you're some sort of soon to die group as they circle overhead. But you also notice, looking out in the distance as the dawn is approaching, not much evidence that there's like anyone following.
This is this is not where I expected to be.
You joined an adventurers guild. You're gonna go on an adventure.
Oh, come on, we both know I didn't join the Adventurers Guild for adventure.
Okay, I think we've been here before, but we must do this. I know you don't want to, but we need to.
What do you mean?
Don't worry.
Okay.
Let's just crack on.
Well, I could do with a bit more of a rest, to be honest.
They could very well be behind us, you know. Don't take
I think Cadell's keeping them busy. He's stronger than we give him credit.
Mike,
Wow.
how much time would we have had to do, like, medicine / lay on handsing during that time?
So I assume you've probably like rested for about an hour so far. But if you want to like sleep, because you're gonna start feeling exhausted soon.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna sleep on it, right?
Yeah.
That's my assumption.
Trying to get people actually get people's hit points up, because long rests don't really do that in Pathfinder.
How often can you do a lay on hands?
Every 10 minutes.
So that's 6 times.
Yeah, 6 times an hour.
Right, then that's how many. Yeah, that's if that works. I don't know
Okay.
what people's health is at.
Okay, I'm gonna put mine to full then.
23 at the moment.
Because mine is plus
Mine's-
10.
Mine's
so
at 52.
Basically, it's like 40.
Okay, so if I do one to Cascus and one to Cyan, where does that leave you?
How much is one of these three?
18 health.
Yeah, that puts me to full.
If you gave me 2 of them, that would do it.
What, 2 health?
You know what I mean? 2 casts.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'll give you one more then. So I've got 3 left. Henning, how you doing?
Oh, I'm chipper now. I'm all good to go.
Oh, okay. In which case, I shall do a couple on myself. So that's going to be plus. Is there a way to just do like plus 36 in here, or is it?
There's probably a way. I don't know.
Okay. So that'll be 84, and then a heal animal spell on Hank.
Okay.
You know,
13, nice.
Sorry, do you need...
I'm done.
Yeah, go on, Cascus.
I was surprised by Cadell. He was brave in the face of death. Perhaps he knew he was going because the wound he had been inflicted upon him.
I don't think he's dead.
Well, I don't as well, but I do not think things look particularly good for him.
You didn't see what I saw. He's a lot stronger, and I doubt Thran's Willon's going to survive.
But I do not. I must confess, I am not remembering much of this. It's all very new to me, but I do know that a shell steel weapon and an elf do not make friends very well. It seems like Thran Willon certainly had one, and
His friend had one.
no,
There were
yeah.
2 elves there, 2 of Ignis.
Well, my point is here, Cadell is an elf, right? So it kill him.
No, he's no elf.
I see. I was only straying for a bit, but you really?
When I looked back, I saw what looked like some kind of tiger thing. Backwards hands, the lot.
Is the tiger?
Wait, say backwards hands a lot, as if that's like a normal tiger thing.
Anyone who's trained in religion can do a check here.
I think I actually
Trained.
Might be actually as well.
Can I use my ancestral thing,
Oh, no.
my points, I can't remember what it's, focus points, to be trained in it, so I can make a check.
Sure.
Oh.
Henning, this sounds surprisingly like the description of a Rakshasa.
okay.
Specifically a Raja Rakshasa. There's multiple different kinds. But most commonly associated with a tiger with backwards hands. Surprisingly, in myth, you remember, there is a sort of idea that the Raja Rakshasa of myth throughout the whole of history on Erd, you know, a lot of people say it may just have been one being that has turned up every now and again throughout the ages.
I'll relay that to the rest of the party, so they have that information as well.
And you are sure you saw this tiger thing, Rakshasa?
I know shapeshifters. I know what to look for.
Okay, well, good for him, I suppose.
What's a Rakshasa?
Yeah, I agree.
Some kind of humanoid tiger with backwards hands, I suppose. It's not a Nazira.
What is an Azira? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in any of this.
Shapeshifters, another kind of shapeshifter. Find them all over Adana.
Well,
Henning, you know from that check, the Rakshasas are usually classed under demons.
It's a type of demon.
Oh shit.
He seemed good to me.
I mean, imagine all demons are necessarily evil.
People make stories of shapeshifters, concoct these morbid ideas as to what they are. He acted good. In my eyes, he's good. No matter
He
what
may
people
have-
call him.
I suppose, but I don't doubt that Cadell has still their own motives for helping us, which may not necessarily benefit us.
I don't think that was at all hidden from the get-go. He's always been after his own ends. But I don't know. You go on you're on the run for so long, you hide so much about yourself, you start to notice when other people are. He's trying to change something. He's not a... I don't think he had ill intent.
Well, I imagine we'll find out one day. Let's hope you're right.
I think if he did, we probably wouldn't know about it.
Probably not.
Can never fully trust.
Have you met a demon before?
Oh, Henning, actually make a history check as well. You are from the
Or is
Dancing
this a
Coast.
history check?
He's indeed from the Dancing Coast. History. Where is it?
It does not
There's
exist.
no
It isn't.
history, there's
Oh.
law.
Oh, there's law. Yeah, do society then. Society check.
Society. Just normal. 17.
I would personally assume that you have at least heard a rumor that, being from the having been from the Dancing Coast, that the story of Pietro, who took over, there are people who say that he was secretly this Rakshasa in disguise, but like that's obviously not been proven. It's just like, you know, hearsay. People, you know, swore they saw him turn into a tiger demon before he died.
Okay, again, we'll relay that to the rest of the party.
Clive 5 told people, but they say all sorts of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They say they have a talking horse.
Yeah, they say there's no one in the well either, but
They also said that they somehow saved the world, but they also vanished for 5 years.
All I know of the
Yeah.
Clyde 5 is there was a very big, strong man in that group.
They were
many,
and that man's name was Giddy.
and he slayed many mammoths, is the rumor. Anyway, I digress. Yes,
you know, my
this could very well be him.
perhaps, but technically, by right of blood, I would have to kill him. You know, my grandfather, he died when Port Alron was attacked. He was in the it went by the name of the Citadel scene at the time, I think.
Well, in the nicest way possible. I think even if he wanted to kill Cadell, I think that would be very difficult for us.
Nah,
I think that would be most unwise as of right now. He is helping us.
I jest. Although the blood oaths surely run deep, he was a dick. And quite frankly, had it coming, from what I understand.
People often do.
Well, what now then?
I say we have to carry on and pray Cadell finds a way to us.
If not, we have our instructions, no? We, our journey ultimately the Emerald City.
We have
Yeah.
a flute we can summon him by.
That is
I wonder
true.
Wonder if it
I'm
would
I'm
work.
gonna play the flute.
Okay, I'm going to stand back.
All right, so you play the flute. The beautiful chiming tones of elven music flow out, and for a moment you feel like a whooshing of air, and then it dies down. Nothing seems to happen.
Well, that didn't work.
No. Well,
How's
I guess the Emerald City.
No, I think we're heading to Nerion first.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
carry
how-
on then.
Why?
That's where Cadell told us to go to.
Okay.
how's about we go to Nerion, hunker down for a few days, see if Cadell turns up, maybe try the flute again. If he doesn't show up, move on.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Either way, we don't want to be between there and here, just lingering about. We need the protection of a proper settlement.
Sounds sensible to me. But if I may, I probably could do with a bit of a sleep.
Any way till we get there?
How far is it?
To Nerion.
Yeah.
So on this map, the sort of grey roads. So you move different speeds depending on where you're moving. So if you're moving across like a no road like wilderness, that'll be like 15 miles a day. But if you move through the dotted line, that's 20, and then the solid line is 25.
Fun fact, not Funera, because she's a wood up on her feet, which means she moves faster through undergrowth. Aha!
Sadly, we're not all wood
Suckers.
elves.
Leave you behind!
Yeah, the Emerald City is quite a distance away from here as well.
Mm.
Oh, you asked me to get rid of all these confirmed rift things, didn't you?
Wow.
I'd still
Yeah,
like
just to find a
know
way
the rifts are just nice to see the writing.
Sure, yeah. What I'll do actually is I'll just make them invisible for now.
Okay.
I think we said before about maybe having like a key. So that's a bit higher effort. Or maybe just like a little, some kind of icon.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'm just gonna make them here for now. And if you need me to send you a picture of it or something, then I can just do that in a bit.
Cool.
Right. So you're gonna so you played the flute. Yeah, nothing seemed to happen. Nick says Nick is like, what is the plan once you get to the Emerald City then? There is an army going towards Elanrian. They will take it before we return.
I don't think we can stop that.
We've got to do something.
There is no way we can fight that army.
We could stab Friend Dwellon at least.
No, how?
Sneak in, put a knife in his ribs. You people keep expecting like to just march in and do something. No, we just sneak in, stab him. Simple.
Go on,
I can't
then.
believe someone would kill their brother. Kill their cousin just, well, for power. Or go, you know.
Power does awful things to normal people, good people, bad people. It's after a while, power alienates you from everyone you've ever known.
Look, I do not mind where we go, to be perfectly honest. I think you know what I want from this, but equally, it sounds like we need to try and make friends as best as we can with any house that will take us at this point. Just one. A pitiful attempt so far, but would be better than nothing. What of your family, Hanira? Could we not go to see them?
That's a long way away.
Yeah,
Perhaps,
it's a long way.
but-
We'd have to go to Lamrion and get a boat.
Do we have any friends near? Any house that we could potentially? I mean, we've got
Can I do a genealogy check to see if there's anyone who would look after us? Because I'm a transfer nearby.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Damn
As far as
it.
you can tell, I mean, Nerion's going to be friendly towards you, being a Trustfair, because Rexus and Trustfair are allies.
Cool.
And House Rexus were also friends of House Natas, which is your mother's side as well. So your mother and father's side are both previous allies.
Sorry, of where?
So House Natas is was the house that used to be the Keel and used to be the Rodrin house that was in charge of quite a lot of land over here.
Oh, I've moved to the other map. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm coming back.
So so House Natas got taken over by Ignis, Kaidos, and Caden. And that's Nero's mother's side of the family.
Okay.
Oh, Nerion.
So Nerion's going to be the most friendly because House Rexus are very friendly to them. They might even be related to you in some weird way.
I say we go to Nerion.
Yeah.
My question is road or cross country? I reckon 2 days
They're
by
going
road.
to be on the roads.
I mean, it's like 2 days by road. What, 2.5, 3 by the rough way. Probably seems worthwhile going cross country.
Yeah, I think that as well.
Me too.
So to Nerion, that's the plan?
Yeah.
All right,
Tenerion.
we'll stop here then for the day then, yeah.
Tenerion.
Cool.
All right, amazing, cool. Thanks for playing, everyone.
Alright,
I
thanks
have
for
a
running.
question before you leave.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Shall I do the stream first?
Yeah, you just
Alright.
Yeah.
See you in a bit, puddings.